record.
All right, moving on. We got a couple more things to talk about here. And I think Sachin was just saying that Chicago scored a goal. I don't know who scored it. So tell me.
Kubalik.
How about him, eh? He's up for Rookie of the Year, isn't he?
Yeah.
He won't win it. But he's not going to win it. Even though he's like 26 years old.
Is he?
Yeah, he's old.
He's an old rookie.
26. I think
Yeah.
he's 25.
Was he one of those guys that are in the HL for a while, or what?
No, I think he was in a. Did he
we
go
might
on
have
draft?
been.
I don't know.
I'll Google it right now.
Share screen here. Oh, wait, can I get for sharing screen?
Yes.
I got Dominic Kubalik here. He was born in 95, so he's 24 right now. He turns 25 in a week, basically.
Do you have stats there?
He played in the Swiss League and the Czech League.
Was he undrafted?
Let me see.
I don't think he was
Oh,
undrafted.
shoot. I got it.
I think he's like a Kaprizov type player that like got drafted and
He was drafted 2013 in the 7th round by the Los Angeles Kings.
Wow.
So yeah, he's been
He
drafted.
played overseas.
He's been in Europe the whole time.
Panarin was the one that was also an older rookie, went undrafted.
Yeah.
And one rookie.
Can you look up Kirill Kaprizov? He's a Minnesota guy.
How do you spell that?
Krill.
Uh-huh.
And then Kaprizov, I think.
Kirill Kaprizov. Okay.
He's supposed to be good, and I think he's supposed to potentially play next year.
You want stats or what do you want?
I don't know, because he's playing in Russia, wasn't he? So he's a Minnesota
he was a
prospect.
5th round pick in 2015, 135th overall in Russia. This past season, he got 62 points in 57 games for CSK Moscow and the KHL.
Yeah,
and I think they're one of the best teams in the KHL. I think they're one of the top teams. So different.
Yeah,
5th round pick, good hit.
I'm pretty sure he's talked about to come up for Minnesota, so that's a bright spot. So if they can bridge him, because I think he has 2 or 3 years left.
He's a winger.
I don't know if you're on 1 year. Say 1 year or winger. What did you say?
He's a winger.
Winger.
That's what I said.
Yeah. What's his contract? I don't know what they have on entry.
Oh shit! Sorry.
That's okay. This is look at the screen. My screen sharing. This is the most confusing thing because Lehner's in a Chicago jersey right here. It's so.
And Cousins is in the Montreal.
Yeah.
Okay, we should move on to the Leafs. Let's talk about the Leafs.
Yeah. We can talk about it. But yeah, Kaprizov. I think he has a couple of years left, and then
he's up in. I just had it. 2021, 2022.
Yeah,
he's off his entry level.
So if I'm them, I'd bridge him until Parise and Suter's money comes off, unless they have cap. I don't know.
They're really handcuffed by that contract, though.
All right, Eden, start us off with the Leafs.
Anywho.
All right, so the Leafs, Kyle Dubas and all the players.
I don't really know what was up with the Leafs thing. I don't know what was up with that Leafs thing.
Yeah, so they did an interview, Kyle Dubas and some of the players talking about it. They asked about William Nylander, do you trust the core? Mitch Marner. And, you can see Dubas really defended the decisions he's made with this core. He really defended Mitch Marner especially.
Yeah.
He said it's really idiotic, the hate Mitch Marner gets, he said. And I think he's against trading William Nylander. So he's really – I have no problems with him keeping the core, but I think some pieces have to be moved in order to just make this team better and get them to the next level.
That's an L.
That's an L. The thing that I found interesting was he kind of defended Cody Ceci, and he's a free agent.
Yeah, so I don't know if they're bringing him up. He was on $4.5 million this year. If he's anywhere near that next year, it's a bad contract, but –
I don't think he's a
UFA this year. We'll see what happens. Tyson Berry's probably gone, but we've got some young dudes. Rasmus Sandin's going to come up.
CC is not worth $4.5 million. He only got paid that. He literally only got paid that because of Ottawa and they had money.
Well, if Toronto's not going to trade one of their big guys to improve the D, they're going to use Kapanen and Janssen.
I think Janssen should go. I don't think
Kapanen too.
I don't think Kapanen should go. I think Kapanen should stay. I don't think Marner's leaving. Dubas loves Marner.
I don't think Marner gets overpaid for his rule. So.
Well, not only do you have to find a trade, that contract is huge.
Yeah, but he's also a 23-year-old. He's a 23-year-old winger making $10.8 million. And he puts up above a point per game. He's a dirty assist man. One of the best passing right wingers in the league. But I think he's worth it.
He's not a goal scorer. You don't pay your Playmaker.
He's a penalty killer too. So maybe he's not worth $11 million, but I don't think the contract's necessarily bad.
I saw something interesting.
If you want to, go ahead.
He doesn't have a point in an elimination game since Washington.
Yeah, and that was years ago.
It's like 2016, dude.
Yeah, he has in the limit. So when you think of elimination game, I think that's Game 7 against Boston the first time, Game 6 and Game 7 of Boston last year, and then
No, it was 6 and 7 of Boston the first time, then 7 of Boston the next year, and then 5 of Columbus and 4 of Columbus.
And 4
Yeah.
of those. That's
yeah,
5 games.
And he just
That whole team is just falls
And
apart.
I don't think
in
he's
elimination.
necessarily played bad. I just think like for $11 million, you need him to produce. You need him to get on the score sheet.
Everyone's 2 cents on that.
If you want to be paid $11 million, you got to score 30 to 40 goals a year.
Yeah.
Not
I think, look,
20 some and get 70
Alright, got it
assists.
up here.
You said Dubas did it? So the GM?
Dubas really defended Marner, yeah.
How long has he been the GM for?
Since Lamorel left, I think for the Matthews draft he took over.
Look,
Or maybe a couple years after. I'm not sure.
as a
I
GM,
forget.
you want to defend your team.
He signed
Like,
Matthews,
if you're
Tavares, Marner, and Nylander. He signed all of them.
Because you want to defend your team, because he is. I don't know if you look at my screen here. He's responsible for all of this right here.
Mhm.
That 40 million or whatever close to it is.
33 or yeah, 40. Yeah.
So you have to defend your guys, especially the ones that you paid these type of numbers to. And because if you don't defend your guys, where's your job going to be, right?
I think those two guys that you're
Dominate.
pointing at and that your scrollers on Janssen and Kapanen.
Yeah.
I honestly, to improve the D, I think they have to go.
I'm for trading Janssen. I think Nick Robertson's coming up next year anyway. He had a decent
maybe
playoff series.
18-year-old Nick Robertson?
18. He was fine
He's
in the
only 18,
playoffs.
guys.
He's really a scrappy player. He only shoots well. He just doesn't pass that much.
Like
He loves to shoot.
3.4
Good on
million
him.
for Janssen.
Yeah. You
I
can
guess
see
good on
Dubas
him for
loves the
defending
score.
him.
Like he's locked it up long term. Like the
Yeah.
top 9 basically is locked up until 2023.
Yeah, but to me, I think it's good that you're defending your guys. Of course, the ones that he has signed the dotted line on with. But I don't know if I don't know whoever's talked the least about this. Maybe not someone that's not Eden almost. I don't know if this is the key to success here. I don't know if these 4 elite guys plus a bunch of guys that are could be solid second or bona fide thirds, right? I don't know what you would call Johansson or whatever.
They're
Johansson.
middle six players.
Kerfoot, Kapanen, Hyman. I don't know what you're gonna call those guys, but I don't know if spending all of this money plus all of that money is gonna make sense.
I don't have a
compared
problem
to-
with the forward core, but it's taken so much away from our defense that something has to give.
I think in the playoffs, it's your top 6 and it's your defense. So if you're paying your third line wingers $3.5 million, it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Too much.
Because then you're forcing Cody Ceci to play first pair with Morgan Riley on the first pair, and that's can't happen.
Yeah, Riley Ceci has been it's been a bad pairing all year. I know Leaf fans, a lot of them have just been calling out for it to end.
So is this money again? Is the
This is not-
LTIR against them or no?
It's not against the cap.
Okay.
It's not against their cap.
They just pay it, but it's not against the cap.
Quick update, 3-2 Vegas, Mark Stone.
Nice.
Oh,
Late second.
Zim, you happy?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. We've got
I
some
don't
young
know.
guys coming in. Nick Robertson's playing next year for sure.
Yeah. Who are these minor guys?
I think Sandin will too.
Sandin's coming up definitely.
Who is
and,
Nick Robertson?
That'll be big for
Our second round pick from this past draft. He played
Oh, yeah.
4 games in the series. He got benched for Andreas Janssen though in Game 5.
Who's he from? Is he, he's
bad,
OHL
bad
guy?
decision.
55 goals in the OHL this year. Dude's a shooter, but
Oh wow, he shot up this year.
It was not past the puck.
He's American.
he's
I think
he's got some tunnel vision.
That's
Oh,
not bad. So
we have to what Nashville and what their GM said.
Oh yeah,
Nashville?
that people are getting traded. Yeah, he's
Big,
gonna,
Oh.
big changes, too.
Really?
so you want to go to their cap friendly?
I haven't even heard about that. I'll bring that up yet. So what was said?
Basically said that it was so. I think he said unacceptable was the word he used when he described their season, and he said there's gonna be.
Zim, did you watch many of those games as a Coyotes believer? Did you watch those ones?
I watched 2 of them, just the final one, and I think
How
the
did-
first one. But
What was Nashville's play like?
I'm not off the top of my head. Yeah,
Very sloppy. Like no
It's not
effort.
sloppy. This is a slow team. They're getting older.
Yeah, for sure. They're definitely getting older. They're aging. I mean, they only got like what? Philip Forsberg.
Forsberg is a nice.
Forsberg
Yeah.
and Arvidsson are on good deals, but Ryan Johansson's just looking worse and worse by the
Forsberg,
years.
you don't have the term though. He's got 2 years, then you gotta pay him.
Yeah.
And look at all of these are UFAs. Nobody's young enough to turn into an RFA. They're all UFAs now.
I think Nashville's handicapped them with contracts like Colton Sissons. That guy's like a third, fourth liner, and he's making $2.85 million. That's just too much. And he's making term for like he's locked up beyond 2025. Like that's a lot for a third liner.
Rocco Grimaldi. I couldn't even tell you who that is to be honest. Not a Nashville.
He actually had a good year.
Yeah, he's not bad.
He's a solid player.
Oh, okay.
He's like 5'5". Like he's tiny, but he's
31 point.
he had a good year.
It's not bad.
31
a lot of
points for
trust
fourth
in Ryan
liner.
Ellis.
That is a fourth liner.
Yeah.
I just think that
27.
Nashville was missing that player. Like when they made the Cup final in 2017, they had that goal scorer in James Neal.
Yeah.
I know that Forsberg's a good goal scorer, but I think they have so much money committed to it, but they don't have enough goal scorers. Like they have good playmakers. I guess Johansson and Arvidsson, I guess, is an okay goal scorer, and Duchesne and stuff, but they don't have that James Neal type player that really helped them in 2017.
This guy's my girlfriend's height.
I also think they're giving way too much trust to Ryan Ellis. They've locked him up through 2026 at $6.25 million. Like Ryan Ellis is not that kind of player.
He's worth that much now, but
he's not for that long. They've put a lot of term for him. Like Ryan Ellis is a top 4 defenseman. He's really good at what he does, but he's not a top 2. Like,
all their defensemen, all their big D men in the next year are going to be on the wrong side of 30.
Yeah.
I don't think Saros will not become a. Because like I know like I don't know how old Elvis and Korpisalo are, but I know
I think
Sim
Elvis
was
is
the
25.
first guy to be high on him. Sim was really high on both of those guys, and like they came out and then like now they're impressing. I don't think Saros.
I think they're mid 20s.
Yeah,
Elvis is 25.
Saros is a good starter, but he's not elite.
Hmm.
I like those other young guys like Elvis, Korpisalo.
Yeah.
Pecorino's still a good goalie.
In Edmonton now.
High game, eh?
Dylan Strome with 10 last couple seconds of the period buzzer beaters.
Wow.
And I think I saw something about this Dante Fabro kid. He's supposed to be pretty good.
Not bad.
I saw something about how with the expansion draft they could potentially lose him.
Yeah, they could.
Yeah.
Unless you're gonna leave like an Ekholm. But like they have season A's, I don't think they're gonna probably protect them.
I don't think anyone wants Ekholm. I don't think they'd want it.
I think
Ekholm's actually got a low cap hit, but
University point per game as a D man. Wow.
This team, I think, is just like it's too old. Like they're getting to the point where they're gonna have to like restart, kind of.
I remember I said last time it's like a team where like I find like Johansson, Duchesne, Turris. To me, those 3 guys are like the exact same guys. Like I don't see like any difference to them.
And like the term is, how can you rebuild with that term on your books?
Yeah.
And like who's gonna take that contract unless you're retaining?
I just think it's the end of an era in Nashville with Pecorine coming to an end in his career. I think it's the end of an era. They're gonna have to restart.
One more year. Granlund's gonna
kind of like what's happening in Pittsburgh.
Exactly.
I'm kind of scared that Granlund's gonna get a deal that like ends around here, like where.
I don't think they're bringing back Granlund.
I don't think
they traded for Fiala.
That was a bad trade. And
that was.
They talking about changes need to be made to the roster. Nah, changes need to be made to the fucking management after that one. Honestly, like what the hell are you doing?
All right, let's go Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, another team that's coming to like the end of their window, kind of. Even Crosby said it.
Said there.
Sidney Crosby basically said in an interview. They asked him a question like, "Do you think Pittsburgh's window is closing?" And he's like, "You know what? It just might have."
It's a possibility. Yeah.
Yeah, I seen that.
Malkin's got
Unfortunate for them not winning the lottery.
So with this
they could have used that.
I think Evgeny Malkin's like he's not worth $9.5 million anymore. I don't think he's that.
He needs to go.
At 34 years old, I don't think he's worth 9.5.
Look at this whole bottom though. Like their whole bottom 6 is going to be expiring.
The Brandon Tanev contract they gave out last year is
ugly.
Ridiculous. I don't know why they did that. He's a third liner.
But again, I don't understand the term.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
These teams are just giving 5-6 years to players. who have.
Wait, go down Evan to Jack Johnson?
Oh yeah, that contract's
Oh
crippling.
my god.
That's he's barely an
Like,
NHL defenseman anymore, and he's
2023.
through 2024.
Yeah.
At least he doesn't have a no movement clause at least or anything.
But no one's taking that. It's 33 too. Like
He's barely an NHL defenseman anymore. Like
I'd be more worried about Zucker and Hornqvist almost, or especially Hornqvist. He's 33.
you got what, 3 years left on his deal too? That's a lot.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he's till 36.
Jake Gensel's kind of the future of this team right now.
I like Rust.
Yeah.
Rust is good.
They've got this core locked up through
Russ as
2022.
well, yeah.
Russ broke out this year. I don't know. So
Yeah.
he was drafted a third rounder.
Let's see.
Was Emma about to talk there? Sorry, I cut you off.
No, I was just agreeing with you. I think he stepped in when there was some injuries earlier in the season, and he just flourished.
He was point per game.
Yeah.
So he's
I
kind
think
of like a bottom six
Yeah.
guy until. Yeah.
Can you go to Jared McCann?
They have this core locked up for like a couple more years, but after that, like you're gonna have to seriously look at blowing it up.
The difference between Nashville and Pittsburgh, like if you're Pittsburgh, you can live with breaking it up. You can live with the money being tied up because of the 2 cups you won.
Yeah.
So like it's not all lost, obviously, but Nashville, I feel like they're stuck right now.
Okay, yeah, he was the guy that got traded to Florida. Then, yeah.
I like
So yeah,
this guy.
it said he was 24 and he is an RFA at the end of the season.
I think they should sign him. He's a good
He's a
player.
solid player, solid like middle six,
He
bottom
was the
six
first
kind of
round.
guy.
He was a late first rounder.
Did management say anything about changes, or was it just Crosby?
I think it was just Crosby saying about
Because
the
every single year you think there's a change in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Jim Rutherford,
makes a dumb trade at the deadline because he thinks it's freaking
it's a yearly occasion.
2009 with Prime Crosby. And
I think what's also important, they kept their first round pick this year. They gave Minnesota the one.
Unprotected next year, so they're gonna have
Alright,
to hope
so-
for a better season.
One by one,
Mhm.
where do they go? What do they do? If you're Pittsburgh, what do you do?
I think they have to
Trade
move on
Malkin.
from Evgeny Malkin. Yeah,
I think a team like Calgary should go after Malkin.
You're gonna have to retain on that, right? Like I don't.
they're gonna need to do their best to move on from people like Malkin and Hornqvist, who are like they're getting well over 30 at this point. And they've got years left on their deals.
So do you resign? Who do you resign out of these guys? I would resign McCann.
Jared McCann's good. Evan Rodriguez is the
maybe?
bottom six guy.
Connor Sherry probably.
And then
Chris
the rest of the
Letang,
guys
even
kinda
he's
at a good
33.
place.
Like he's getting older. Like this Pittsburgh team's just they're aging.
Marlowe won't come
It
back,
happens.
I
They
don't
got
think.
you 3 Stanley Cups.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're happy with the era you got
Yeah.
with Crosby and Malkin and Letang. And
Murray and Jari.
both their goalies are RFAs this year, so they
So
got to
what do you
decide.
do?
One of them's probably going to Seattle in the.
No,
in
yeah.
the-
You have to protect
And
Jari.
one of them is probably going to Seattle as well. Like you
I'd
said,
keep
yeah.
Jari.
Yeah, Tristan Jarry was really good this year.
Hello?
Yeah. You're good. You're here.
Yeah,
Schultz? Were you a Schultz? You let him walk?
Ooh.
30. Depends.
Dumoulin. I don't like Dumoulin's
I
contract.
don't like
either.
Dumoulin's
He's
contract.
He's not a $4 million
No,
player.
yeah,
No.
no.
I mean,
These
Absolutely.
teams that give contracts like this, like 4 years to people like over the age of 27, 28, like they're really crippling them. You even saw it in Nashville.
Who gave
they're gonna
Dumoulin that?
lose one of their goalies to Seattle probably.
Yeah, they're
It was
losing
Pittsburgh.
one.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
Pittsburgh that gave him that deal. That's
Pittsburgh gave this
ridiculous.
to
Who's their GM? You said Rutherford?
Jim Rutherford.
Team Rutherford.
He's a lucky man. Makes some decisions that are a little.
You think
But-
Mike Sullivan's like to blame? Do you think he has to go, or you think he stays?
No. I think he's
No.
fine.
I think he's fine.
He's
Yeah.
fine.
They fired their
Just
assistant.
the team's not performing. Like,
Horribly.
You expect Sidney Crosby and Evgeny Malkin to beat a team like Montreal, though. Like that's a
Yeah.
disappointing
Yeah.
season for them for sure.
But they need
For
help.
sure.
They need
Yeah,
help.
yeah. Like we saw with the Oilers, like a two-man team really can't get it done. You need depth scoring.
Yeah.
No.
I definitely saw.
you do not need a Patrick Marleau. That's what you don't need.
He's
Patrick
he's gonna walk and go.
He's coming
back
to the end of his career, right?
He's gonna
now.
go to the
He's
Sharks.
going to
or
go back
gonna
to San
to
Jose. Then
somebody,
we're going to trade him at the deadline. He's going to come back.
He's gonna have a.
Just going to be
He
a
just wants
repeat
the cup,
process in
man.
that.
Him and Thornton, they just want their cups.
We've got Lafreniere there now.
I'm kidding.
I think he deserves it personally.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right, I got another point here. I don't know if you guys. I kind of just brought this one up. So Lundqvist's future is unclear. Rangers carry. So their president said, "We'll handle things the right way with long-term starter." And what was it? I think I saw general manager. He said Thursday, not sure about the immediate future of Lundqvist, but pretty much they're saying this 3 goalie tandem is not going to come in the next season. So
Shouldn't.
I think Shesterkin's the only lock to stay.
Yeah, for sure. He's
Well,
the
he's
goalie of the
he's
future.
the future of the league.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, so Lundqvist is 38.
I think the only logical thing
Yeah.
here is to move
up
on
there.
from Henrik Lundqvist.
Yeah.
Because you
I
really
think
don't want to trade Georgiev. Like we mentioned this
Yeah.
in the last podcast, we were really talking about teams with two goalies in a tandem. That you
Mhm.
can go to either one and you're confident in getting a win. You want to keep both Shesterkin and Georgiev if you can.
Yeah, I look at
Yeah.
Lundqvist, and that's an easy contract to trade, in my opinion.
Lundqvist?
Well, it has only 1 year on, so
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
it's got 1
Yeah.
year.
You can
And
give it to a
so
rebuilding team. They'll take it off
Smith
for a
and
year.
Stahl are their money will free up.
Mhm.
Lundqvist's money will free up, so that's 9, 10, 50, 18 and a half. Who else is coming off? 18 and a half. They're going to have to sign Strome. Kakko's going to get a deal in 3 years. Lafreniere is going to get a deal in 4 years. Like, they're not in a bad spot, to be honest.
Zubin
This- This team just needs to move on from the Henrik Lundqvist era.
I didn't totally like the Panarin contract until he started popping off.
Yeah.
I mean,
a
a
fantastic season.
team that might be interested in Lundqvist if they don't make it, maybe like I don't know, maybe the Avalanche take a flyer on him for a year.
Mm.
That is, yeah.
I'm seeing a team like Detroit that like they kind of got to meet the cap floor.
But does
and,
he
like,
have a
just
no
take on
move?
this. He does
Does-
have a no move. He does have a
Yeah,
no move.
yeah.
It's a waive that,
'Cause
but he'll
I mean,
waive it.
he's-
No, he
Oh.
won't. Not to Detroit.
No, he said he
wanted
wants
to
to
get out.
stay.
Yeah.
Didn't
What do you say, Zach?
They could
But
do
I
like
thought
if he's
he's
not
always
going to
wanted-
play, he'll have to
Oh, wait, what
waive
did
it.
you
He's
say?
going to sit on
What
the
did you say?
bench. He's going to sit in the stands actually and watch them
Yeah.
play.
Yeah.
this team just has to do everything they can to move on from Henrik Lundqvist. Like they're moving on to a new era in New York, and they're looking great for the future. They just gotta
What
kind of
about
move
what
on
about like
from
a
this era.
Philly? What if they like retained and gave him the Philly at like the deadline, just to like
They got
with
Carter Hart and
with
Brian
Hart?
Elliott.
They've
Is
heard
Brian Elliott still on
But if
contract?
they don't have a good backup, why not give him the Philly and let him chill with the young Carter Hart? I don't know. I don't know, but yeah.
There's not
so-
even the option to put Shesterkin and Georgiev in the AHL. Like they're both NHL level goalies.
Yeah.
They're both
Yeah.
proven it.
Georgiev will probably. I don't know. What was the stats like? Like how much money do you think he's gonna be?
I think he can get like 4,
3-4.
Yeah.
but a short-term deal. Like
Yeah, sure.
No one's giving him 7
Goals
years.
against
Yeah.
3.04. The
Hey, maybe
9-1
you know
note.
what? Maybe if the Flames don't get the goaltending, like maybe they've collapsed in this round, and they don't have a trusted goalie. They let Talbot walk. Maybe they take a flyer on Georgiev or something.
Yeah, I
think
still
it's
think
time-
Riddick is one of the best goalies in the league, dude. Like,
Do you know why? Why
The
is
problem with
Talbot
Calgary is
being
ever
moved?
since Kiprusoff left, Calgary's just been scrambling looking for a goalie to
it's just
just
been 1-2 year goalies,
Yeah.
like the Hiller.
yeah, like you're just
Ramo
looking for one
tandem,
goalie to
Ramo.
stay here for like 5 years and
That was an
actually try to build
adventure.
something.
You had Elliott for a couple of years, Mike Smith
Yeah.
for 2 years,
That's been Calgary's
David
thing.
Riddick for 2 years.
Yeah.
That's just their
You just
thing.
want one guy. Isn't who was it? Dustin Wolf? Isn't he
Yeah.
gonna be good?
Oh yeah.
Parsons.
Yeah.
The Parsons guy is supposed to be decent as well.
Isn't John
he's not
Gillies a young
anymore.
guy?
That's Zagadou.
John. They've all fell off. Gillies,
Uh,
Parsons.
Gillies-
It's Dustin Wolf or bust.
They literally haven't been able to. Oh wow, that is weird. That is they literally haven't been able to
What
develop
is
a
it?
goalie. I don't even know. I tapped on the first website. So like,
Let's go all the way
what was
down.
it? So like Trevor Kidd era comes in and here. This one we
Mike
had
Vernon.
Grant for Mike Vernon. Kipper. Kipper's 03.
Kipper starts on
So we rode Kipper until what?
2013.
2013
He
here.
retired.
That was when
2014.
like Leland
13.
Irving was
was
like
like a
here,
top
especially
prospect for
there.
them. He was supposed to take over.
Yeah. So Berra, that's who it was. Retro Berra. So Berra and Ramo.
Yoni
Hiller and
Ortiz.
Ramo,
Oh my god, these
Ortio.
goalies.
Hiller,
Nick Backstrom.
Nick Backstrom.
Chad Johnson had a good
Calgary
season
boy,
for
man.
Calgary, didn't he, one year?
He was a Calgary boy too.
Yeah, I think he had a
And
good.
Riddick,
And there was Mike Smith, who
Smith, Riddick, Lack, Riddick, Smith, Gillies, and this season it's going to be.
yeah. Point being,
Okay.
they've been scrambling to find a solid goalie to.
Just haven't had.
It's been
Live.
annoying because you don't know how to like evaluate a team if they don't have goaltending, right?
Yeah.
So if they get bad goaltending, the GM can easily say, okay, well, it's not the forwards or defensive fault that they couldn't get a puck stopped.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's the problem.
Is there anything else in the news? I don't know. Very much. Is that all?
Mm.
I think so.
Do you have any ideas for the Oilers where they're going after the season? Do you think changes are coming in Edmonton?
No, I think this was a rebuild. Like it was actually a positive year.
I think
They
this
still
was
have,
better
they
than they
still have a lot
expected.
of players
I think this was,
coming up.
I think this was better than they expected from this year.
Exactly.
They'll think that they can run it back.
Yeah.
They just need a goaltender.
Yeah, Mikko Koskinen, they signed him for like 3 years, 4.5. They shouldn't have done that.
Oh.
They need a better goalie
Yeah.
if they want to do something.
They need like
substantial.
Gorgiev, maybe. Take a
Yeah.
chance with him.
All right. Well.
McDavid for
And-
Gorgiev, 1-for-1. Right there.
All right. I think that's all we got for today, boys. That was over an hour. I don't know when we're gonna get these videos up. We're gonna sort that out and get the videos up. And I know if you're watching the second one, the first podcast is gonna go up at the same time because we've had some problems and such, but we should figure them out. The Agapucks podcast on IG
And
and
Twitter.
YouTube and Twitter.
Follow us. We've been
No.
active.
We've been active. I'm working at posts on here. Meet the team. All of our ads are right here on our page. If you want to follow any of us or get to know us or whatever. But yeah, we're gonna. Oh, did you guys want to talk about this one at all or no? Common News
We
better.
can if you want. Who would y'all pick?
You guys have the time.
I mean, I
I
feel
like
like
Kachuk.
I like
Yeah,
That's a
fan.
good shot.
Kachuk.
I'm
Kachuk.
obsessed.
Sigan's just washed up now. That's all you gotta say. Sigan's washed, nothing else.
Zim, are you
Yeah,
Kachuk?
Kachuk. Yeah,
Stone's better.
Stone.
Stone, for sure.
Stone.
Taze is too old.
Yeah.
yeah. He's
Stone's one of the best defensive forwards too. He's really underrated in that category.
Well, I was trying to make this one, and like I kind of look at them like who can actually be compared, and like I know like Cam was saying Sagan and Taze, and I'm guessing he's saying the first one has been like Flames, but like still, I was trying to pick like the best ones to like compare.
Yeah.
It's like I can't compare.
I think
Patrick
Tace and Stone is a good comparison too. They're both good two-way forwards.
yeah.
I can
Both
compare
clutch.
Kane to anyone on the Knights
Mhm.
because like no offense, you don't have a Kane. Like right, like who's your best forward? You say Zim. Stone.
Stone or Pacioretty, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Stone.
So it's like I can't compare
Stone,
Kane to
for sure.
anybody. So I was
Yeah.
gonna be like, oh, what about a Kubalik? But I'm like, I don't know. So
I think this third one's gonna like cause some debate from
Third
people.
one's-
Aho and Bergeron.
I mean,
I'm going
Bergeron right now.
Bergeron.
right now.
I'm gonna give it to Aho.
I'm
In
going
2 years,
Aho.
in 2
I'm
years,
going
Aho.
Aho.
I went
I'm
If
Aho.
you
going
want,
Aho.
if you had to go into a game 7 right now, you would take Patrice Bergeron over Sebastian Aho.
100%.
Cam said Aho.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then Dubois and Point.
Braden Point.
Braden
Dubois.
Point.
Dubois.
Braden
I
Point.
say Dubois.
Dubois.
Point.
No.
Dubois.
Well, Dubois is not better than Point.
No.
Dubois.
Let me
Dubois
look up
is
these
good.
stats. Hold on.
Can you pull up Braden Point's
He's not
stats?
no Braden Point.
You don't even
Yeah.
need to. Oh yeah, go count.
So,
them.
Yeah.
whatever.
Go ahead. I think I think Braden's Point is just better than Dubois.
Luc Dubois.
You gotta. To me, I also think about how Dubois is like on a less stacked team than Point is, so maybe
Yeah.
like the production is inflated. I'd like to see him on his own. Ooh, Dubois.
Pierre-Luc Dubois is due to get paid.
He needs a contract.
Didn't he
49
sign-
points in 70
$8
games.
million a year, Dubois. I'm kidding.
What was Columbus before the stoppage? Were they a borderline playoff team? Were they even in?
Borderline. They
They
were
were
in the same
They're
position
right
as
in
the
the
Leafs.
wild card.
Same with the
Okay, so
Leafs. They were
let's talk-
borderline.
Let's talk last year. 61 and 82.
He's a good defensive center too. He's a good two-way guy. He's not just an offensive.
Yeah, he's a good two.
Braden Point for 6.75 on a bridge deal is an absolute
Yeah.
steal. Let's talk about it. It's a steal.
Look at this.
92.
92, and then he was just 2 points under a point per game this year at the stoppage.
Like,
Yeah.
come on,
Braden
it's like-
Point is better than
Honestly,
Pierre-Luc Dubois right now.
I tell you, Braden Point is exactly like
He's
Bird.
better both ends.
Look who they're
Point.
playing with, though. I think you also.
Well,
have
I
to
think
take
you
into
should have
account who they're
compared Point
playing
and Bergeron together.
Yeah,
with. I was keeping it to the
Yeah.
series.
Yeah.
Because they're facing each other, right? I was keeping it to the series.
true.
So Point, I know Point was playing with Stammer last year.
Well,
Yeah.
Stammer's
Stammer's
So
not
yeah,
in the
he's
lineup right
more-
now. He's
Well,
injured.
we're looking at last year's stats, so we had like 92 last year.
There's
Yeah.
so much depth on this Tampa team.
Even this
Andre
line
Palat
with-
had a really good game
This
one.
line with
He's
Palat
good.
is supposed to be like the number 8 forward line, first forward line in the league. Go to Columbus.
This is on Daily Face-Off, by the way. Y'all can see, but
Get a face off
for the fans.
Yes, and then this is like they have a number 22 for first forward line with Tex. How do you say that guy's name? Is it
Texier.
Texier.
Okay, yeah,
Cam
Tessier,
Atkinson's on this top line, but he sat out today, so he's
Yeah.
not in.
Dubois, and
Foodie.
Bjorkstrand.
Goated.
Liam Foodie's really good.
He's
So,
a
like,
He's
stud,
like
yeah.
20 as well.
Take into account that he's playing with Steven Stamkos and like whoever else he was playing with last year, but like I don't know.
I'd still go Brandon Point.
Would you take Dubois in that draft? Would you take Dubois over Laine now?
Yes. I'm taking
Yes.
Kachuk over
Yes.
Laine, Dubois over
Yeah.
Laine.
Yeah, I
I'm going
think so.
Matthews 1, Kachuk at 2, Dubois 3.
Yeah,
Draft was that?
I think 2016.
20
Dubois
Matthews
at
draft,
1,
Matthews draft,
Matthews at 2.
16 was the draft, yeah.
2015.
Dude, I
Dubois
think no,
at 1.
Kachuk is better than both of those.
Matthews was drafted in 2016.
Fact check you. How purist of a Leaf fan are you? Yeah, you are.
2016.
Go Wikipedia. Oh, remember
2015 was the Mitch Marner draft. Connor McDavid.
Puljujarvi at like what?
One of the most stacked
3?
draft classes ever.
4?
So Matthews, Laine, Dubois, Puljujarvi, Olet.
Puljujarvi.
Going
Oli Ulevi
Mm,
hasn't
The
touched
two
freaking
Finnish
NHL
people.
ice
The
yet.
two Finnish people. Those are rough picks.
it's going Matthews, Dubois, Kachuk for sure.
If we don't have much to talk about, I
We're
think
redrafting that.
if we don't have much to talk about, I might tell you guys a couple days in advance. We're doing like a redo of a draft, and where you guys have to reorder a draft. We'll talk about that. That could be like
Yeah.
that can be when hockey's not on.
Do the 2015 one, bro. That's like the one of the most
Olet,
stacked.
like Oli
That one was
Ulevi as
so
well.
good.
What a stacked draft year, man.
2015.
2015, you had like
McDavid draft.
McDavid, Eichel, Aho,
Marner.
Marner.
Rantanen.
Ryan
There's
drafted
so
that?
many. Wasn't Point 2015?
Oh, it might have been.
Barzell, right?
David, Eichel, Marner, Hannafin, Provorov,
Dylan Strome's finding his form. Kyle Connor.
Orensky, Meyer, Rantanen.
Yeah.
Samsonov was the first goalie picked.
Thomas
Barzell,
Chabot. Thomas Chabot.
Connor.
Barzell, Connor Chabot.
Barzell, yeah.
Besser and Konechny.
Besser,
Oh, I saw
Konechny.
something about Besser where like he was supposed to. He like slid in the draft or something. I don't even know. I saw some of the story where he like was supposed to go like up a little higher or like to Minnesota. I think it was. I'm not sure. I'm talking about. Who else? Anyone else in the second round? Aho. There's a. Guessing the yellow one. I like
Oh,
those
yeah.
really good players.
Aho's one pick after Travis Dermott. Oof. I
Ooh,
didn't
that's-
know that. I didn't
No
know
one else
that.
so far. No, nobody else. Huh. A lot of North America.
Yeah, this was a really good draft.
All right. Well, that's all. I think that's all we got for today. We got to figure out editing and getting these up right straight away as soon as we can.
Yeah, we're gonna do our best.
But that is episode 2, Bag of Pucks podcast at Bag of Pucks on all socials. And follow, like, comment, whatever you want to do. Let us know if you are enjoying the content. And yeah, good podcast, boys. So everyone
Have a good
Share
one.
this with your friends.
share with your friends.
Help,
Anyone who
help
likes
the
hockey,
boys out.
help the boys out. We're trying to start it up. So episode 2, we're gonna keep.
All right, see you, boys.
All right, see you, boys.
See ya.